Good morning. Good morning. Audio check. Can you guys hear me? Good morning, Adam. Good morning, Nishan. Good morning, Wahid. Good morning, everybody. All right, let's take a quick look here at the market. I had a couple of trades early on. I'll share them with you, and then we go into the day. So, one hell of a reversal yesterday, right? Not necessarily unexpected. It was a massive flush and a reversal. And now they're continuing a bit of the selling pressure right off the bat in the morning. But, as long as we don't break that 800, the price is going to look for a bit of stability in and around these ranges. We are looking at 507, 507, yeah. 14,507.75 as a globe. I mean, that's Globex. And ultimately, the longs need to break that sometime today. Otherwise, we're going to be drifting and consolidating in this range. And a bit of consolidation is to be expected anyway, considering the magnitude of the move that we had yesterday. So that's the level. Another level here is 409. That is a good place for us to also look for uh, a momentum and continuation to that Globex level, then a breakout. And if we don't, then all this range from yesterday is going to be significant on the downside. Really, not much to talk about on the daily basis beside that flush and reversal. But if we go in and dig a little bit deeper, we see right now that we are in a channel number one on the short side, but we have a 200 NT wrinkle reversal. So that's going to set the stage up for a bit of a long pressure into the 257, potentially 320. And then we'll see if the market's still going to exert itself on the short side or not. Yeah, but the setup right now, at least from the perspective of the 200 into Rinko, is the overall trend is short, but we are in a pocket of buy interest at the open. We're moving from there into the 100 NT Rinko, and the 100 NT Rinko is same thing. I mean, just we're in the middle of the range and we're pausing here. So definitely that first 15, 20 minutes that's coming up right now need to be fairly cautious, especially after a big move from the day before. You tend to have very consolidative patterns. So I want to make my 5 assumptions this morning and see if I'm connecting with this market or not, especially after a day like the one we had yesterday. Most consolidative days happen after big moves from the day before. And here comes the cash market open. Let me share with you the trades that I did. So this way we could. I woke up a little bit early and I was watching the market and I saw those signals. Here you go. We're pushing higher. I went short here, covered. That's trade number one. And I had captain set up switch trade, went long, sold, and had another switch trade. I went long and sold. So those are the three decisions I made this morning. And let's see here. And those three decisions got me 897 so far. So that's how we're gonna start the morning, and let's rock and roll. Let's get it done. Here we go. We're getting that push. Rather be long than short, considering that the 200 and the 100 are lined up on the long side. Not gonna take any trades this morning, right off the bat. I want to make my assumptions, and here we go. That's a continuation trade right here, and we should be hitting target number three at some point. Here it comes, and yeah, it keeps consolidating around it here. It's interesting how we're just consolidating here. Yeah, that's fine. Rather be long than short. So 70, that's fine. So struggled at that 70 level. You see that? All right. So now the 100 NT Rinko is sold off. See that? So that tells me that the 200 and the 100 are disconnected. So that puts us in a moment, on the sideline basically. And they're selling it off. We developed a channel on the downside right here. Cloud shifted. We could not break above that 70. We hit target number four that quick. That's amazing. That's amazing. That tells me something right there that the market has a lot of momentum in it. So which is good because that means more money. All right, shifted here. It's about to shift. If we close, it's going to be very critical. If we close above 35, Captain set up switch trade short. The market just put that on. That's a signal to go short there. Right, and they're popping it up. Okay. Well, believe it or not, you gotta have to start looking for the longs again. Captain set up. They did that twice. Captain set up switch trade short from 20 to 10. Then they flipped it and went. Captain set up a long with a switch trade and ran it up. Yeah. See how fast the market is moving? It's just pausing and running, pausing and running. That's a distinct personality that right there. Make sure you in days like that you reduce the amount of work that your computer is doing, and you have the least amount of stuff on your computer. Just basically the chat room, your trading system. Because whenever you see the market moving like that, it really has a big load on your computer processing. All right, so the 100 shifted again. So it's shifting back and forth, back and forth. We're gonna be patient and wait. So beside the trades that I showed you, I'm not gonna put any more trades here this morning till we start getting a little bit of understanding of the personality of the day. So what happened if we break above 45? 45 is critical. Here you go. Let's see if we can get a pullback. All right. I'm gonna reduce my size here. This is a buy signal right here at 30. You're looking at 45. 45 happened. So that's assumption number one of the day. Any pullback back in at 30. Yeah, here we go. It's going to go run up. They put a switch trade. That's another buy signal. If they put another one here, which they did, they're going to run it up. So here you go. So that is a rotation on the long side. Market is rotating on the long side. It's really nice actually to see that. So the 200 and the 100 are in sync. It's only 6 minutes into the cash market open. Hey, good morning, Peter. How are you? Sheila, good morning. Good morning. And rally. Why is the rally? Because everything is in sync on the long side. So I had two assumptions, and both of them worked. I need one more, and that would qualify me for to trade my account. Those are the two assumptions we made. So we need one more. I should be looking more on the long side than the short side. Looking at the 200 NT wrinkle and see this how that helps you. You know, even when the 100 NT wrinkle kind of got disconnected, like right here, you're not getting short. You're just basically pausing and looking for that reversal. It happened once and it ran up. It happened twice and it ran up even further. So that's just basically keeps you in track in the right direction of the market. And when the market is out of sync, like right now, you're just basically holding off. You're just waiting. So where will the 200 NT Rinko shift negative? It's 220 and a quarter. So 220 is where you need to be looking at. Yeah, very fast market. Hmm. Captain set up long on the 50 NT Rinko. Yeah, this market is gonna rock and roll here. Let's see. What time is it? It's 8:40. Man, that's just wicked stuff going on here. I mean, it was from 300 to 250 like in 2 seconds. It's a 50 if 50 point moves. That just you gotta be patient right here. So 219, 219, and to be exact, 219 and a quarter. Uh, that will flip the 200, but the 100 NT wrinkle already flipped and it gave you a captain setup short. So that just tells you something that the market is gonna here we go. So where are we going to start looking now? I guess, believe it or not, we're going to start looking at the short side. The market has a lot of whipsaw behavior. And we discussed that early on. This is an environment after a big move from the day before is going to lend itself to a choppy meat grinder type of behavior. So your targets need to reflect, that type of environment. Your signals need to reflect that type of environment. So on ES, Nishan, you asked that question early on. Where's my targets and how I look at them? The Harmony trading system will generate the targets for me. So this way I don't have to think about it. It's literally right there. Target one through target number five, and it's telling me where the trend is at that moment. So now target number two got hit. You're going back to target number one. If the market resumes its downward momentum, you're looking at target number four, which is 42.94. Then an outlier event will be actually four and five at 42.79. So all of that stuff is right there. Good morning, Gary. It's 8:42. More interested in the shorts than the longs, but it's a wild market this morning. I'm gonna be patient. I need here you go. Captain set up short, and I'm looking for a continuation here. Target is 15, and with a stop at 35. Here it comes. That's my assumption number three. So that tells me that I am seeing the market correctly, and let's just keep working here. Continuation trade here at 10 to below the 200, but it's gonna take a little bit of work to get there. To be honest with you, yep, it's gonna take a little bit of work. We're getting too close to a whole number. Yeah. Here it comes. 200. We are down 286 points. Nasdaq. So there's a little bit of sellers coming in, but don't count the longs out either. Right now, we're looking for the shorts based on the fact that the 200 and the 100 are in sync, and then these patterns are showing up. That's fairly consolidative. The last 2 minutes, literally, we chopped up between 210 and 230. That's just a sideways chop. Here comes the sellers. So we hit all these targets here on ES, target one through target number three. Target number four is 4304, and then we got the 4295. So there was a disconnect and reconnect in ES, but now the market is heading toward the whole number 300. 300. Mm. Selling pressure. That's what's going on. Sell, sell, sell. Cryptocurrency is bouncing back a little bit, but it's really haven't that made that much of a move since the close of yesterday. Close of yesterday uh, of the indices sessions. Take a look at this 100 NT Rinko. I mean, that's just basically the catalyst for the day. Look at that beautiful signal. Captain set up short, and off you go lower. That first half an hour of the day, it seems like it's a lifetime of trading. Could have been rich trading this half an hour. It's all over the place. All right, guys. So they are pushing this price lower, and they flipped the 100 NT Runko up, and they flipped it right back down. That tells you the magnitude of the strength of the shorts at this current time. We're breaking the 100, and off we go lower. It's just one of those things where the market is flipping like 100 point, 50 points either way, like in seconds. 10, 20, 30, 40. Yeah, it's just taking seconds for it to flip from one side to the other. So just be careful. Just I'm gonna be watching this market for a little bit, so I can get a sense of the personality of the day. And I'm asking myself a few questions like who's getting trapped and how and why. Oh yeah, Wahid. I mean, we've seen how they did it yesterday, right? And we came on top in a big way. Target number one is hit. So where are we at on ES? So here we're going to Nishan again. You see, the market disconnected then reconnected here, and now all these targets are relevant. You hit target number one. Okay, so target number one the first time around, then that's target number one. Then you came in, hit target number two, consolidated, came down and hit target number three, and it's a stair step behavior that the market is doing. So the minute the market shifted and gave us a captain setup a short on the 100 into Rinko and gave us a close on the 200 at 21, that's 21. Nothing but short signals produced. And at no point where we're looking at a long signal. The market was literally short. All right, so the 100 anti-wrinkle flip. So we're pausing right now, and we want to watch what the market is going to do. This market is bipolar, by the way. Just to let you know, it's all over the place. Captain setup, captain setup. All right. Kind of early sign that the market is stabilizing here. You want to see 145.50, 145.50. That's 145.50. Let's see if we get to 145.50. Yeah, almost hit my target there. Okay, that's fine. Man, almost hit my target of 20 points, but came to the tick. But or we took five plus break even on that. So what we're seeing here is even at these low levels, the shorts are still active. So I took a scalp, and that run up right here could change things around. Yeah, that could change things around. That's a fast market. Okay, so this trade that I just took made me 82, and we're gonna just ante up here in a minute. We just need to know that we are in sync with what we're seeing here. So we're gonna go to five contracts and go from there. So it's all about the shorts, right? All about the shorts. All right, guys. So we're continuing to get this stair step behavior lower. When we're talking about ES, we're seeing that the market shifted the cloud, hit target one, two, three, came to target number four exactly at 42.78.75, and we're coming back to that level again. Target number five in the sequence is 42.72 and a quarter. That's so true, Wahid. That is so true. It's a buzz saw. It is literally a buzzsaw price action. But you know what? Hey, I can keep up. Very true. Very true. That's very true. That's why you have those ATMs. I mean, they just cannot. It's either going to work or it gets stopped out. So it's just one of those things that the machine is going to keep you from being reckless, I guess. All right, so we're popping it up for to five constructs. Okay, let's see what they're doing here. So they're on the 50 NT Rinko, they just put a captain setup long, right? So now here we have a very critical level, 76, 76 and a quarter. 76 and a quarter. Order pending. Order pending. Come on, baby, film me. Order filled. Oh, come on, come on. Don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. God dang it. They filled me and I went break even. I was hoping to survive this little fluctuation and it ran up. I gotta take my profits though. This is the signal. I mean, this is a 90 plus percentile signal. We had 105 of them in the past year. Captain set up switch trade on the 50 NT wrinkle, and they are good for at a minimum 1 to 2 candles in your favor. So here you go. It was a profitable trade. It could have been a whole lot more money though. No, Gary, I did not. It's I had to keep my stop under the 58, and I was gonna reverse that trade if it gets there. Now let's see what that did. You gotta pay attention. I wanted that so that we made $760 on that deal. So we're at 1739.48. Yeah, that trade could have been a couple of grand right there. That's fine. Let's just keep working. So, I mean, this is a situation where the market is disconnected. I mean, the 100 NT Rinko is up candle and the 200 still down candle. But when I get a formation like a captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko, yeah, I'm gonna take that trade because I know on it that trade stands on its own. Like, I don't care what's going on in the world. It could be whatever it is. The 200 is up, the 100 is down. They could do whatever they want to do there. But if I get that set up, I'm going to take it. That setup could be long, could be short, whatever it is, I'll take it. Very confident in that one. All right, you guys got to watch out for 8250. 8250. We break that. That will put a captain setup long on the 100 NT Rinko. And a bit of counter trending will start to happen around these levels. Here it comes. And the odds are we're going to break above 100.
Order pending. Order filled. Target. Order pending. Order filled.
Here we go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Ooh. Don't.
Target.
Thank you. Here we go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. So that trade made us 1,100 bucks. So we're up 28.39 for the day. Let's just keep working. Boy, look at that. Boom. So the 200 and the 100 in Rinco are positive right now. So we're looking for entry points on the long side, but we're very, careful of risk, and we probably need to kind of tone down our size a little bit because the overall sentiment right now is still short. Okay, so Adam, how are we doing today? Sheila, Ishan, Peter, Wahid, how is everybody doing so far? We know what Gary did. Okay, that's good. That's good. Struggling here, struggling at that 40, 45 zone. They just keep hitting it and coming back down. If they really close above it, that would be a captain setup switch trade on the 100 NT Rinko. Would be very powerful, but it's just not doing it. And that tells me something right there, that I need to be patient. And second, need to watch for that 45 level. And if we close below the 95, the the 14,095, then that changes the picture. You're going to get a downdraft, and that's what just happened here. There's a good potential of getting a little bit of selling pressure coming through here.
Order pending. Order canceled.
I'll hold off a little bit, but it's just should sell off here. Yeah, from that 95 to 85, 75, it's going to be all over the place. Yeah, but here you go. You got a 50 NT Rinko captain set up short. Let's see if we can. The market is disconnected. The 200 is long. The 20, the 100 is short. Okay, so they're trapping. They're trapping. They're trapping. They are trapping people. Okay, so let's look for a pullback.
Order
If I
pending.
can get it, if I can get it, that is trapping people.
Order pending.
They are trapping people. 18, 20. Yeah, they're not gonna give me my order. They're not gonna give me nothing. So let me tell you where I saw the trap and I tried to get in.
Order canceled.
It's right here. So they're putting a captain setup short, which is good. And from 94, they took it to 78. That's enough profit. But that quick reversal and closing above the high of the captain setup is literally where the trap is set. Because anybody that is short in that and hoping for a breakdown is getting rolled over in that rotation. So I was trying to get in here at 18 and 20, and the train has left the building. Aggressive with that one. So the market was out of and on. Good for you. Hey, some is better than.
Connection.
So let's review what we're looking at so that everybody is on the same page of how we're looking at these things in the market. All right. So we're looking at. So so the market gave us a captain set up long on the 100 interior. You see what happened earlier on? How the 100 interior was a short, and that move, they did the exact opposite right here. They took a captain set up long and ran it up, came and retested the middle of that, then put that one beautiful candle where the 200 NT wrinkle was always at this point of that equation was long, and that rotation sealed the deal here at the 18 where I was trying to get in, and then boom, they flushed everybody. So everybody that still kind of was trying to get short and stayed short here, looking at that move, it got rolled over. Not only that, But a lot of people who are going to be coming in and trying to short right here, they're going to push the price lower a little bit, then shoot it back up and challenge that captain setup. Because ultimately, that would be the biggest trap of the day, is them doing that. So here it comes. They're pausing it around the whole number, which is target number 4, and a little bit of pullback, and we'll see where that takes us. Till that idea changes, I mean, as long as the market protects that 119.75, I'm going to look at pullbacks as a buying opportunity. They're going to fade it here a little bit. So there's going to be a pocket of selling pressure coming in. But my thinking is long till proven otherwise. So a couple of things that could happen here. Uh, if they close at 171, then that will pause me from actually taking a long. Then I'm going to have to watch and see how deep they pull it back. And if they protect the 18 and reverse the market, then I'll jump back in. That would be the rationale. Yep, that's true. Now, I mean, if they put a captain set up switch trade, some good signal up here on the short side, I'll take it. That's not. Yep. I mean, right now there's signals to go short too here. I mean, you got an inception trade, you got switch trade, first continuation, second continuation, switch trade. There's a lot of stuff going on here that will, trigger me to start going short. I'm just making a choice not to go short because I'm looking at the bigger picture. And I want the bigger picture to line up. Then I'll come into the smaller picture and, pick my entry point. So a break below that 70, like I said, will be triggering triggering the a little bit selling pressure. And that's why you wait. That's exactly why you wait. Because you're not they're not done. They're not done buying. All right. Yeah, they rejected that bad boy. Yeah, so the 100 NT wrinkle flipped. So that pauses any long idea right now for me. Yep. So they flushed everybody above and they brought it back in. That's good. That's good. No harm done. No harm done. If price closes at 45.75, 45.75. That 45 area. As a captain set up switch trade right there. All right, the 200 NT Rinko short and the 100 NT Rinko is short. So now we are looking for all these rallies as a shorting opportunity. That's the bigger picture. So that was a signal to go short right here. Hey, good morning, Yanis. How are you? Good morning. 6 NT wrinkle just on the ES, Adam, because ES generally on any regular day is just a slow instrument to begin with, so it's okay on the ES. But I have 20 and I have 12 on the NQ plus the other charts. Yeah, that's okay speed wise. I can see captain setup switch trades and captain setups there, and when the 20 and the 12 are in sync, that's a signal on its own. So the 100 shifted, and basically we're just pausing right here. They're gonna rally this thing up a little bit. We define a little bit, right? Yep. Fast market. Yeah, where you at, Adam? Very nice, buddy. Yeah, celebrate that one. Make that a habit. Yeah, that's right. That's that deserves a victory lap for sure. Okay, perfect. That's what I thought too. Two 20. Let's see here. So the 200 and the 100 are in sync on the long side, and we're looking for pullbacks as a buying opportunity. And as long as we continue to trade above that 200 and protecting 91, these kind of rotation can have a bit of a bid to them. You definitely need to protect that 15 as well. We should see a push right here. No, no. That captain setup is no good. It's a captain setup short. Let's see. They may fade it here a little bit. It's a lot of noise going on. Ooh. All right. Captain set up short on the 50 NT Rinko. So they're struggling at these levels, right? They need to protect the 94 quarter. 94 quarter is critical. I am waiting. I am patiently waiting for a high probability event. All right, guys. So I kind of looked away for a second here, and they put that same setup that we were talking about earlier, that captain setup switch trade. They did the same one right here. So here you go, two of them today, and they're both 100% profitable. So now the market is disconnecting. You're getting the 100 into Rinko negative, the 200 into Rinko is positive. So they're just in this little zone where you just need to be patient. But that was a signal right there on that 50 into Rinko to go short. and that moved from 202 all the way down to 74. Take a look at the big picture here too. Look at this. We are coming into the top end of the cloud. We're coming. Uh, okay, good deal, Yanis. Glad you figured it out. So the top end of the cloud, and if we close at 44, that'll be the key 44. Then basically the market has made a double top in a declining environment and a lower high. Then really 251 to 300 is going to be a huge resistance, and you're really looking for a continuation shorts into target number two, which is 17, and then target number three will be 880, 882. It's okay, Yanis. Tomorrow is another day. You could. There's plenty of trades out there. There are plenty of trades out there. Let's make that money. All right, so now the market is disconnecting here between the 100 and the 200 and getting a little bit of a rally against this captain setup switch trade. I mean, the market is really giving us some signals here, but we're just going to be a little bit picky and pick the best of the best. Where we at for the day? Somebody asked. Okay, so I have not taken any more trades. Good one, Giannis. That was a good one. That was a good one. So we made 6 decisions so far, and we're up 28.39. That's where we at. Let's keep working. All right, guys. So it's all right, guys. This is 10. It's 10:30 right now. So let's see what this market is doing. It's doing about what we expected it to do, which is to consolidate and churn people around in a range, but that range is a declining range, and we're seeing the high, lower high, another lower high here, and it looks like if this closes down right to 94, we'll get another rotation lower that could take us to target number two. So that's going to be a very important level to see how we handle that 95. Yeah, the market is mixed here. So definitely want to be patient because the 200 is still positive, but the 100 NT Rinko is negative. So we're getting a mixture of behaviors here, and in that mixture, we are gonna just take it easy. The majority of trading is about patience, right? Here we go. We gotta wait for things to come our way. Let's take a look here. There's a captain set up short on the 50 NT Rincon. Let's see if they hold it 107. If they close 107.75, that's the signal to go short with a captain setup switch trade on the 50 NT Rinko. We've seen that work pretty well today. Excuse me. So yeah, we needed to see that candle close lower at 108, and that didn't happen. So we're gonna just watch this behavior here. There we go, but there is pressure in the market. Now we got the 200 and the 100 moving in the same direction, looking for rallies back up as a shorting opportunity. And we are seeing this happening right here. So to see that, just it's a stair step behavior. And every time they rally back up, the participants come and push the price lower. So we could have a potential flush below 61 that can pick up some steam. If the market rally back up to the 40 in reverse, that would be a good signal for me to get back into the market. So I am waiting for the market to line up. It's lining up. Now I understand the environment. Now I'm looking for the setup. So all right. So for the day, where are we for the day? Let's see here. Okay. So the trading business is a marathon, and today we were very surgical in the way I kind of conducted myself. I just was picky, picked the spots that I felt that it gave me the most amount of bang for the buck, and hit it, and went break even fairly quickly to manage risk and let the trade either work for big money or work for small money. But either way, I collected what the market kind of gave me at that time. So that same idea is going to translate because consistency in trading is what we are looking for, and it comes from emotional consistency. And the same behavior I'm doing here is the same behavior I'm doing, throughout the week and throughout the month and throughout the year and so on and so forth. So if we're going to look at what we've done for the year so far, this is what I've done so far for the year. Excuse me. It just literally doing the same exact thing, being patient and waiting and waiting and waiting till things line up. Then just, be precise, take your stops, and just let the trades, the one that work, and let the ATM. Well, I mean, I had some losses here. I mean, I had this day and this day where I actually came in and sold off a little bit. Like yesterday, I was down 3 grand before the day. You know, we hit that big winner. So along the way, it's not like you're not gonna have a losing trade, but it's not about a losing trade. It's about first staying calm, cool, and collected every step of the way. Doesn't matter what the market does, you are in control. That's the first idea. Second, you're following the system, the harmony trading system. It's going to give you when the market is in sync and when the market is not out of sync. And when it's out of sync, you wait. When it's in sync, it's the environment is defined and you're starting to look for a signal to go in that direction, whatever that direction is. And then it's just a function of an ATM that I designed, and it just basically it's either going to give you 5 points and go break even, or you're going for bigger targets in the form of 20 points and 30, 40 points. But you're quick in reducing your risk, and you're letting your trades run after you captured a bit of profit along the way. And you'll be surprised how quickly you can, even if you had a bit of a drawdown, how quickly you catch, and how quickly things will start to build up and move. And then guess what? You build up your day, you build up your week, you build up the month, and then you have enough capital, a risk capital, to go for those big run ups and big swings in price action. So start small, build up a smaller account into a medium account, and at the end of the month, you see that you are performing and you are in sync. Let's assume you make 10 grand for the week, or 10 grand for 30, 40 grand for the month. Take a quarter of that, half of it, and say, okay, I'm going to take 20 grand, and I'm going to look at the best uh, swing trade setup, where I'll show you one. I show you plenty. Okay. So the market literally just shifted the cloud and shifted this one candle on the 200 NT Winko. And you're looking for the run ups to build up a position for a multi candle push in that direction with a stop at the high of it. Those are the signals that makes me the most amount of money, is whenever the market just literally shifting for the first time and the cloud is in your favor and you're trading under Globex. Those three elements are the making of a huge trade. And and then you're taking that 20 grand and saying, okay, well, what can I make with 20 grand? Here you go. I mean, you're getting potential of making from 900 to uh, what is 300 to 200, 100. So that's 200 points. So that is not important. The important part is the concept. Is you start small, you build up your day, then you build up your week, you build up your month, then you take a little bit of that risk capital and go for bigger runs. So that for the month, I'm at 98 grand, and I'm about 1.89 factor, about 72% accurate. Average trade is 375, and you're looking 11 consecutive. That's where it's at. 11 consecutive to 5 consecutive, and where most of the money is made on the long side, even when the market is getting obliterated. I mean, the market is getting crushed. But a pocket of buying is a pocket of buying, pocket of selling is a pocket of selling. It just, when you see it and everything is lined up, you take it. I'm sitting here talking and the market is selling off, and there's like a lot of signals going on here. But this conversation is very important because everybody need, like in the room and watching, need to understand that this is a marathon. It's not about a day, it's not about a week, but it's about a month and and a year and 2 years. And I've been doing this for about 20 years, and every about it took me few years to kind of go through a lot of the hard lessons of trading, and since then I've been profitable just about every year. And because I'm doing the same exact thing every single day, every single moment. Okay. So now guess what, what's the day, it's the today's the 25th. So now we're coming into the end of the year, I mean the end of the month. I have enough capital to where I could take 30, 40 grand of this and say, let's go for a big trade. And if it works, it's great. And if it doesn't work, I'm up 60 grand for the month. I'll take it. That same concept is, let me just pull that day up here while we're watching the market. Because I had a day in December, I think in the 14th or the 15th. 14th, let me see here. 14th or the 15th of December, where all these ideas got, I don't know which day is it. Let's see here. December. Let's see here. Let's see, December. December was a great month for me. Yeah, on the 16th. Okay, so let's look at the 16th. Some of you already saw that day. So some of you were in the room when that happened. But you got me a hello. All right. I'll go through that day, quickly, but that's, I promised everybody I'll do a video on this day. I think it's worthy of talking about it, but it ended up being a $451,000 day. And the same concept that I'm talking about today, and the way I'm trading today is the same way I traded this exact same day. I built up a $10,000 account, a $10,000 day, hitting it with fives and tens and twenties. I was up 100 grand for the month already, and I took all that money and put half of it on that one trade. And I had basically two bullets, this trade and that trade. And I made 146. I sized up in a range, and it just kept on working. I mean, it was just, I was in sync and I was seeing it all the way to that. I varied my sizing all the way up to a peak, brought it down, another peak of volume, then brought it down. And that was the end of that for me on that day. But what worked? You want to see what worked on this? It's literally this idea, this simple idea is I wait for the 200 Intuinco to go in one direction, and then the 100 will be in that direction by the fact that you reverse the market. Then I'm looking for these bounces up to start my position with tight stops, and then start taking profits and re-entering, take a profit and re-entering. So this way you're paid, the trade is paid for, and everything that's left in your holdings is already risk free. And then you just let it go and look for a target one, target two, target three, those big targets. And you are in a market that this will work. I mean, ultimately, we all start somewhere, and a lot of it is how you kind of think about trading and how you program your mind in a way. And you're not going to start, putting, 50, 100 contracts when you're building a small account. And it's a process it starts with you just learning how to, manage risk, how to look at a signal, and how to be patient, and how to uh, channel sometimes the boredom that comes with the market. And that's why we're all sitting here anyway, because ultimately I just didn't want to trade by myself. Trading can be boring. So we're a community of people that sit around and exchange ideas and end up trading together. But the process is the process. I'm pausing here because I want to see what this market is doing. So the 200 NT Rinko is at 97. So 97. So you cannot break 97, and you're looking for this candle to actually close at 45. And if that happens, then a continuation trade can present itself and we can go to 20. But if we break 97, then that will change the picture here. it's Adam, it's okay. I mean, that's just part of the growth cycle that you're going through, and every single trader, including myself, uh, are strong in certain places and weak in certain places where I need to improve. And every single day, um, I make sure I don't judge myself harshly when it comes to trading. The we try to be compassionate with other people, and but we have a hard time being compassionate with ourselves, and not understanding that trading without proper training is an extremely difficult endeavor in life. It's anybody that tells you trading is easy, it's not. It's just simply not. You really have to do two things and do them very well. You have to technically understand the market and how it changes personalities. Now we have the tools to do that. But then the other element of trading that comes in, and it's really critical, is psychology. Is how do you handle the ups and downs of trading? How do you focus? I mean, are you focused on the moment to moment interpretation, or do we come to the market with certain expectations and certain wants and needs? And I found out, at least to me, that if I relax my body, relax my mind even before the day starts, and then look at the market from almost like a binary point of view, where whatever I see is what the market is. Like I'm not really thinking in terms of tomorrow or 10 years from now or cyclical trading or nothing like that. It's literally, do I have the 200 and the 100 in my favor or not? Yes. Do I have a signal or I don't? I have a signal. Do I, do I have an entry point? Yes. Is it a premium entry point? Yes. I am in. ATM is working at that point. It's either it's going to stop me or it's going to it'll work in my favor. Now the next step is what? Do I accept the results of the decision I make? Ultimately, every decision I make, I have to be 100% accepting it, and I don't care if it works or it doesn't. It's just a mathematical model, and over a span of 100 trades. And that's one of those things that I kind of, when we're training people, we talk about very frequently, is do do you have to make money today, or are you okay with the idea that you measure your success over the span of 100 decisions? And when you start thinking in those terms of decisions over 100 trades, how is your equity curve looking like? That's how trading success starts, because you take the tension away from the impact of the decision you're making right now. And that is so true, Wahid. That is so true. And I think rightfully so, everybody wants a system with an edge, and we run around looking for that. and and we have that here, and other people have it as well, in a certain degree. But really, the true, like, mastery of trading is a mastery of oneself. Like, I have to know when I'm about to slip, like, and go off my rails. Everybody will go through that. Then, right before that happens, have the ability and the self-awareness to walk away. And that idea by itself saved me hundreds of thousands, if not more, money, because I understand that I have behaviors, and some of these behaviors are not constructive in this type of market, for example. And whenever I see myself like, okay, I get one stop or two stops in a row, and all of a sudden I feel that sense of the market owes me money, and the next trade I'm gonna size up to get that money. Right there, that is a flag to me that I need to step away from the market, because that's an emotional decision, not based on me reading the market, but it's based on me wanting to um, undo the wrong that the market did to me by taking my money. That's a perception, right? So the process of kind of morphing my own thinking to not to think like that, it's literally a process of how I prepare in the morning, first thing in the morning, how I physically prepare, how I mentally prepare, and during the trading day, the type of thoughts that I keep running in my head makes the difference between me doing this, or basically not being here. That's literally the difference. The system is great. It has an edge. It's a proven edge. No doubt about that. But there's more to it than just this. What gets me here, in order for any trader to be um, consistent and profitable, he has to be emotionally consistent. And that's really where I focus on. That's the passion that I have, is it's going through and finding out what the blocks are that is in one psyche and work through them, because we're all in many ways are similar. Emotional consistency is the key to trading consistency. So what that means is literally, when I am up money, I don't care. If I'm, it's not I don't care, I'm happy. But I'm okay. But when I'm down money, I accept that as part of doing business, and it's not something that I'm gonna fight. I'm just gonna take my stop. Like I'm a, we talked about that, Adam, and maybe not everybody in the room um, heard that exact phrasing. But you are a businessman in the business of trading, and part of you doing business is you are gonna pay bills in the form of commission, acquiring capital, and stops. So one or three of those are going to happen every single day, and it's not something I'm going to fight. I'm not going to, because which businessman that's not going to pay his rent? He's not going to be in business for too long, right? If you're not paying your employee, you're not going to have employees. And if you don't pay your cell phone, you're not going to have phone or communication with your customers. So it is not reasonable to say that you're going to come to the market and not pay a bill at some point. So if you start thinking in those terms of, I'm a businessman, I'm expecting to pay a bill, and in trading, that bill is going to come in the form of a stop. That's the biggest one usually. Okay. So the key here is not that you shouldn't pay it. It's how you manage it. So if I manage it to where it's a small fraction of my revenue stream, then I'm a successful businessman. If that expense is bigger than my revenue stream, then I'm behind every month on my bills, and eventually, you know, I have to make a decision if I'm going to stay in the business of trading or not, because it's expensive, right? Trading is expensive. So that's the thought process, is you are a trader and you are in the business of trading. And it's critical to shape your mind in a way where the ups and downs of trading, the stops that you take are something that you expect. And guess what? When the revenues start rolling in, guess what? You're expecting the living hell out of that too, because the system works. And when you run these ideas across 100 decisions, guess what happens? You create revenue. And now the key is, my revenue is a lot bigger than my expenses. And I'm a successful trader that do this for a living for 20 plus years. That's the thought process. So I took a lot of you guys' time, going over this, but I just felt like this is an important thing for us to talk about. And it's a good day, good month, good year, good career, and just let's keep doing what we're doing, right? Yeah, we're all in this thing together, guys. We're all in this one together, and that's the beauty of this. Is I was doing this all on my own for so many years, and I was like, oh man, I'm a people person. I want to talk to somebody. I can't do this on my own. So I'm happy to be doing this with you guys. All right. So let's see where we at now. Now let's see if we can put on a trade and finish the day. We got about 2 minutes here. So let's take one more look. And the look right here is, see the 200 just shifted and they pulled it back. And you're looking for, you see that, just abrupt behavior. Whenever you see like one, two, and reversal, one and a reversal, that gives you an impression how strong the selling pressure is. And if we look at the bigger picture, what does that look like? That looks like a channel that's going down. And every time that we make a rally, we make a lower high, lower high, lower high. And even here, we hit the transitional zone and we make a lower high. Target number two is hit twice. And then the idea, if we close, and that is an F, at 21 and a quarter, then rallies is shortable against that high of 111. Now that's a big wide range. And we would go into the 20 NT Rinko and we will pick spots that will give us a risk of 5 to 10 points, maximum 20 points, and start looking for trades that work in the form of a captain setup. This is an inception trade, switch trade, railroads, all these signals that we look for. Captain setup, switch trade. That's one of my favorite right there. And just keep doing that over and over and over, over and over and over. All right, guys, that's it for me. It was a blessing being with you, and we will see you guys tomorrow, bright and early. Have a wonderful day.